Namibia has for many years been lucky enough to escape poaching at a large scale, especially the poaching of our rhino. Unfortunately, though, the trend has surfaced, and if we leave it unattended, then it will spiral out of control. A group of private rhino owners led by Jaco Miller has taken it upon himself to start the fight against poaching by establishing a HORN. It stands for Help Our Rhinos Now. Annette Olofsson is one of HORN's members.
We are a group of passionate conservationists for rhino, in fact for any endangered species, but in our country at the moment rhino needs most of the help and conservation. And it's a species that's gradually nearing extinction if we do not act. Namibia's vision and its unwavering commitment towards conservation helped us not to feel the wave of poaching as it has been in Africa, but at the moment this is nearing and it gets to our doorstep. Rhino conservation and protection can also only be a success if there's a strong alliance between all levels, the private sector, the public sector, everyone, all individuals in Namibia. We have to work together to protect the species. We found that the time has come to respond unanimously, strategically, and get together and form an association where we have a central point where the public, everyone can sort of connect and we can work at conserving our rhino in Namibia.
The main aim of HORN is to protect the species, but it is a fight that we must all fight together.
Our aim in HORN is to coordinate and to combine all levels. That is the Ministry of Environment, the Namibian Police, the Anti-Poaching Protection Unit, the public, everyone that maybe knows of something or else wants to participate in being part of protecting the species can contact HORN. And that is our aim of the association, is to work actively to get programs in place. Conservation is actually a very simple formula. Every one of us in our garden, wherever, we can be a conservationist. If we just protect the species, the plant, and in our case, the area for the rhino, then we have already won half the war. It's also a part of incentivizing the community who live amongst the rhino. We have to make them aware that the rhino can uplift their living on the financial side and make them aware that the rhino is not just living alongside them, but it is an asset to them. Thus, conservation today is an integrated part of the economic wheel, so to speak. In most instances, conservation has to generate its own funds to work for conservation. And we in Namibia, we have a very specific fauna and flora. There's no other country that has that. If we conserve our rhino, it'll be like Uganda conserving their gorillas. The rest of the world would want to come to Namibia to look at our rhino, and it's going to be streaming in with tourism and thus finances. So we as Namibians, as a whole, we have to guard that asset. We have to work at it. It's not just Namibia's responsibility, it's everyone's responsibility. And that goes for the tiger, for the gorilla, for the chimp, for everything. But we in Namibia specifically have to do with the rhino. And I hope we as Namibians can show the world what we can do. That we as a public stand together and we can help, and we will be the example to show to the world how we can protect our species.
So, how do you get involved? You can visit the group's Facebook page, or you can contact Jaco on 081 124 1241. HORN also has an incentive program for any information regarding illegal hunting activities.
We have a reward system in place if the poachers will be successfully prosecuted and the process is going through, and the reward is rather high. So they can get in touch with Jaco, they can get in touch with HORN. It'll be always undercover. They will not be made publicly known until obviously the poachers have been caught and taken to court.
After the filming of this interview, the Namibian cabinet announced the approval of the dehorning of Namibia's rhino. Whether it will work remains to be seen, but surely it's worth a try.